You are a crazy little girl. Yes, you are. You're so crazy, girl. What? 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 Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing the second part of the what to expect in terms of cosmetic job series, and this is just going to be kind of what you should expect when you actually work there and like what you're going to be doing while you work there, basically just like your duties and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to start out with appearance, and appearance is really important in cosmetic jobs. So pretty much most of the time you'll be wearing all black, depending on your line. Most lines you wear all black unless you're Estee Lauder, you wear like a uniform. But generally you'll be wearing all black clothing. Make sure it's like, you know, modern and really nice looking and layless. Being crazy. Make sure, like I said in the interview video, that, you know, your makeup's done really well. You have to make sure you're wearing every single piece of makeup that they sell pretty much. Make sure you're wearing everything. And yeah, just make sure you look professional. Alright, so the second thing I'm going to talk about is sales, and that's the biggest part of a cosmetic job. Now, I know it's a cosmetic job and you would think, you know, it's a lot about makeup and application and stuff, but first and foremost, it is a really high pressure sales oriented job. So it's all about sales. So you're going to have a daily goals and monthly goals. You have to meet those daily goals every day, selling things, and to sell things, you either are going to kind of have walk-up people who kind of just walk up to the counter and know what they want and they buy stuff, or you're going to have to actually go get people, and this is called recruiting, and pretty much you just either go out in the store and find random people looking at other stuff and ask them if they'd like to come back to the counter and look at things you have to offer, or you will have, you'll kind of stand in the aisleways of the cosmetic department and, you know, maybe give people a sample of a fragrance or things like that to come back to the counter to get them to come back so you can kind of sell them something. Or, you know, if someone just wants to come for a makeover, you have to try to get them in the chair and like put as many things on them as you can and really do your best to kind of sell them everything that you can so that they would eventually buy something. Sales are really important, like I said, so if you're getting into this job, make sure you can sell really well, because that is going to be your top priority, and if you're not making your sales goals, you are going to get let go, because that is definitely the most important thing. Alright, so next is going to be actual application. You're going to have to do skincare and makeup consultations. So you will either have to be doing, showing people skincare regimens and things and recommending products for people as far as skincare. Or you'll have to do makeup consultations where you do the same thing, just kind of recommending makeup for people depending on, you know, their skin type, what they're looking for, what they want to do, what they want their makeup to end up looking like. You have to kind of make recommendations and do like actual full face makeovers on people. And also you can do both at the same time. So generally, if you're going to do a makeup consultation, you want to also do skincare as well, because that way you can kind of have the opportunity to sell them more products. And things like skincare are a lot more expensive, so we try to really sell them a lot in cosmetics, because that's where you make a lot of your money, is in skincare. So you need to make sure that you know how to, you know, apply makeup on people. Like I said in the last video, if you can't apply makeup on people, they're not going to want to buy what you're putting on them, because if it looks a hot mess, they're going to be like, oh, this crap looks crappy, I don't want this. So make sure you know what you're doing there. As far as management goes, you have a counter manager if you're a beauty advisor. You'll have a cosmetic sales manager, which is like the whole cosmetic department. You'll have your store manager, but then you also have account coordinators, which whichever department store you work at, they're kind of the manager that goes around to that specific department store at your specific counter, and they go to that same counter in, like, you know, like maybe northern Florida and southern Georgia, like something like that. But then you'll have an account executive who is in charge of, say you work for Lancome, is in charge of all the Lancome counters in every single department store in a region. So you'll have to deal with them a lot, so, you know, make sure you're on your toes. Okay, so next is kind of like paperwork type stuff you're gonna have to do. When you work in cosmetics, you have, generally every company has some sort of sales goal like paper where you write down, you'll have your daily goal for the day and you have to write down each transaction and what you sold and how much it was and stuff like that, and you have to keep track of that so you can keep track of how well you're staying on top of your daily goals. And then you'll also have things like client record, client books, where you have to try to get as much information from every client you get as possible. You know, you have to get their name, phone number, address, email address, things like that. Their preferences as far as skincare and makeup, what they like, what you tried on them, what they've bought in the past, and keep it all in a record, and they'll have little cards for you to fill out that information. And that way you can kind of know your customers and you can use those for gift time. So next part is going to be gifts and special times. So throughout the year you'll have free gift with purchase and other promotions like Blockbuster during the holiday season. And when you have a free gift with purchase, the customers get a free gift when they purchase a certain amount of money at your counter. And what you do for a gift with purchase is something called a pre-sale, is when like 2 weeks before the gift actually starts, you will have to start selling the gifts to people. What you do is, you know, they'll say someone comes in and they want to buy their foundation, you can say, well, you know, if we put this on hold today, we can write down your stuff and we can set you up to get the free gift that comes out in, you know, 2 weeks. And then in 2 weeks, they can come pick up the gift and their item. And that way it kind of just ensures the company that you have a certain amount of money all ready before the gift even starts. So it's kind of a way to make sure that you end up reaching your gift goal. So by selling, you know, having to sell, like maybe say your gift goal is, you know, $50,000 for however many weeks your gift is, which is usually 3.5 weeks. They'll have you sell like $15,000 to $20,000 in pre-sale so that they know you're already halfway to goal before gift even starts. That's that. And then you also have Blockbuster where you do the same thing. And usually you have to buy a fragrance and then you'll get the Blockbuster for like $50 or however much it is. And you also have to pre-sell those. In terms of like wages and you know the money you make from a cosmetic job, you do make a lot more than other retail jobs because you kind of get most retail jobs in like a department store or things like that, you'll get minimum wage or a little over minimum wage. But in cosmetic jobs, you do get a bit more than minimum wage because what happens is the actual store you work for will pay basically minimum wage of your salary. And then the actual company you work for, which would be like, say I work for Lancome. So Lancome would actually pay another chunk of my wage, and that's why you make more than most retail jobs, because you kind of have the department store and the company you work for paying you for your hourly wage. And then also you get commission. It generally ranges from like 3 to 5% of what you sell at your counter, and generally whatever you sell at a different counter, like if say someone needs help at Clinique and no one's there, you go over and you sell something, you'll generally get like 1 to 2% commission on that kind of stuff.
What else do I need to tell them about, girl? Huh? What else do I need to say? What else do I need to say? I don't know what else. I think I covered everything.
You will also need to get credit cards daily, and generally not daily. Usually like at Belk, you only need to get 2 a week, and that's minimum if you're full-time. Yeah, you usually need to get like 2 a week generally for most full-time people for most department stores. But obviously they want you to exceed those goals. So, and that's kind of one of the things they're really big on. And if you don't make those goals, they really get on you, and you could actually get fired from a job because you're not reaching your credit goal. They're really big on credit. And then you also have like little task type things where you'll clean off the testers, you'll wipe down the counters, make sure everything's tidy. You'll also redo the cabinets, the display units. So when you go to like a cosmetic counter and there's those that glass countertop around the thing, and then inside the countertop is like, you know, you see all the products displayed all pretty and stuff. You'll have to redo those every, you know, month or 2. You'll have to kind of take everything out and redo it because they'll send you new pictures, which is so time consuming and really annoying, but you know, it is what it is. So you'll have to do that as well. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it may seem like a lot because it really is a lot, and it's very stressful in terms of the retail jobs I've had before, and in terms of, you know, kind of like retail jobs when you look at all of them together. A lot of retail jobs are kind of usually just, you know, help a customer, ring them up. But with cosmetics, it's really a lot more than that. You're very sales oriented, and it's very high pressure sales. So kind of keep that in mind. And if you have any questions or anything like that, leave them below and I'll try my best to answer them to the best of my abilities. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Layla, say bye. Say bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Yes, say bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
There we go.
Bye, YouTube.